bist du?
All the good boys join the army.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this
Oh, God.
unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Okay, mit der können wir also handeln. Wir fragen sie erstmal aus, wie jeden hier.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Okay. Geht es den anderen Leute, denen ich aus dem Weg gehen sollte? Gute Frage.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Oh, okay. Sie nutzt also quasi das Leid der Leute aus, um ihr Zeug zu verkaufen. Das ist nämlich frei. Da hat
I'd
die-
like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Mal gucken, ob ich die analysieren kann. Ach, ich wollte noch.
Good evening, my
Yeah.
dear colleague.
Ein Kollege, nämlich nicht Kollege.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Jo.
When science fails you,
Wieder.
this elixir will give you faith again.
Hinter mir muss dann irgendwo der
Swanborough cordial can be the answer to
Unterschrift
all
sein.
your problems. As long as you have the money.
Ah, da wo es flackert. Dead Inside. Ich gehe mal gerade da kurz rein. Ich denke mal, da kommen wir zum Unterschlupf. Denke ich. Wenn nicht, dann clearen wir gerade mal nur das, was hier gerade ist. Gucke ich mal, ob ich irgendwelche Heilmittel noch brauen kann, um den Leuten hier zu helfen. Ja, bezirkbedenklich, ist mir schon bewusst. Hier sieht ja super aus. Bevor ich hochgehe, gucke ich mich noch hier um. Ah, wusste ich's doch. Looten, looten. Habt ihr noch was? Ja, das ist auch der Schlupf. Das ist die Werkbank. Erstmal loot ich alles hier. Da geht's raus. Da kann ich pennen. So, dann guck ich erstmal hier. Ich habe gegen Migräne, also gegen Kopfverletzungen habe ich noch nichts. Erstmal alles verwursten. Ich mach mal von allem so viel wie geht. Ja. Ach scheiße, ich hätte davon auch noch was machen sollen. Mist. Ich kann schon nichts aufnehmen. Den Vlog kann ich aufwerten. Bastelstunde. Cool. Dafür mehr Teile. Ja. Ein bisschen was habe ich aufwerten können. So. Oh, scheiße. Oh, geil, ich kann nicht da durch. Okay. Ich habe erst zu spät gesehen, dass die Stufe 14 sind. Ja, geil. Jetzt bin ich hier gestorben. Hoffentlich muss ich jetzt nicht alles normal machen. An Arznei und so. Also das Spiel ist grausam, was höherlevelige Gegner angeht. Aber vielleicht stelle ich mich auch zu blöd an, ich weiß es nicht. Bezirk bedenklich, wo bin ich denn jetzt? Ah, ich bin im Unterschlupf. Ich will mal gucken. Okay, ich habe schon was aufgehört. Okay, die Tür nicht nehmen. Nicht die Tür. Ich muss mal gerade einen Schluck trinken, ey. Sehr bedenklich. So. Es ruckelt hier ab und zu. Wer bist du? Oh, ich glaube, der ist nicht mehr am Leben. Ich weiß es nicht. Auf jeden Fall kann ich mal nicht ansprechen.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match
Moment.
for the Swanborough cordial.
Ist zu.
No one is left untouched.
Er redet da. Okay. Bevor ich da zu Dorothy reingehe, gucke ich mich erstmal hier um, ob hier noch jemand ist. Okay, da ist wieder die komische Wache da. Guard of Breven heißen die, glaube ich. Breven. Breven. Keine Ahnung, wie man es ausspricht. Sonst? Ich will hier runter. Ich halte Ausschau noch nach Charakteren.
Take a look. Don't be afraid.
Wie die beiden. Wer seid ihr?
Welcome, sir. Please take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed.
Ah,
I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
okay. Gewalt nimmt zu. Wurden sie verletzt?
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Okay, dem geht's gut.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Okay. Nichts. Hat er denn
Right then.
Gutes?
Show me what you have.
Gott, jede Menge hat der. Ich hab nicht so viel Kohle. Nein, ich wollte noch mal.
Fancy buying
Erst
something,
alles
sir?
fragen.
You
dann
never
fragen.
lose your focus, do you? Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is a nurse then?
Ey,
Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
ist eine gute Schwester. Klar, beschuldigt sie den Emigranten. Sie versucht ihm zu helfen.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Also helft Dorothy allen hier. Was ich eigentlich sehr gut finde.
I should never have taken up my father's
Hier
business.
ist auch noch eine.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Ist auch gesund.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighbourhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
May I ask what you do around here?
I'll do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Alter, sei nicht so unhöflich, ey.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Ah, Gangs. Sie hätten sich weigern können, das Überleben ist ein Naturgesetz. Wir sind kein Krankenhaus.
You are a criminal who
Sie sind
endorses criminal activity. The least you could do is stop hiding behind this pretense.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons. And that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Okay.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.